New focus on preparation for small communities around our island as the dry, hot summer weather is here to stay.
I think it's an important date to remind people of our heritage.
The Prime Minister on the island marking National Indigenous Peoples Day, honoring culture, contributions, and history.
I think it makes a big difference to the people who receive the food. It makes a big difference in that all that food is not going into the landfill.
Cost of living soaring, how one island group is coming together to help others, and how the need is growing. Good evening and thanks for joining us. A new wildfire north of Port Alberni discovered this weekend is under control at this hour. The fire was discovered near Rogers Creek, just south of the Alberni Highway. The new fire comes after putting out a separate Port Alberni area wildfire sparked earlier in the week. Earlier this month, the province identified Vancouver Island as an area of key concern, with drought conditions sitting at a level 3, the third highest ranking on the province's 6-level scale. Officials say prevention remains the best defense against wildfires and are reminding people to be careful with activities that can spark fires, including campfires, vehicles parked in dry grass, smoking materials, fireworks, and firearms. Currently, there are 18 active wildfires burning across our province, including 7 starting within the last 24 hours. And the one fight officials are watching closely is the out-of-control wildfire threatening Lytton, most of the village destroyed by fire almost 5 years ago. Hundreds of people in the area are now once again under evacuation orders or alerts. CBC's Alana Kelly reports.
Strong winds continue to push a wildfire burning out of control in Lytton. 3 helicopters have been flying back and forth over this fire, fighting it by air. You can see the fire burning only a few kilometers outside the village. About 60 of these homes behind me are under evacuation order. Roughly 170 others are standing by on alert. People here describe a feeling of dread and deja vu.
It's like we're starting all over again, like to go through it again. And the feeling is really weird because you got time to get out, but last time was a big rush. And it's hard to say, hard to believe, but my neighbor over here, they're the ones that passed away. The house that burnt down on that road.
Many of them are living through this nightmare again. Dean had just returned home last year, and it was almost 5 years ago to the day that the 2021 wildfire destroyed nearly all of Lytton.
This time we had warning, or a little bit more warning, so it's not a run for your life situation. And we're all working together to try and coordinate things, and I think that speaks very highly of the community and how we've come together to try and keep our community safe.
A 100-kilometer stretch of Highway 1 remains closed between Boston Bar and Ashcroft, the major route through this region. Evacuees are being directed to an emergency center in Kamloops. While this fire is still under investigation, it is believed to be human-caused.
Back here in our region, smaller communities cut off from the mainland and the island are gearing up for this hot, dry summer. Officials are working with community leaders to try and establish evacuation plans and how best to prep for a fast-moving wildfire. Claire Palmer now from Gabriola Island.
Imagine this. You live on a small island off of another island. There's only 2 roads and 1 ferry. A fire breaks out and it's spreading fast. What do? Where do you go?
Well, you just hope we don't have to get off the island.
Head down the hill if I can toward the ferry area. Whether there's a ferry or not.
It should be made a priority of topic and awareness over this summer.
It's this exact scenario that has Gabriolans worried. What happens when you need to get out, but you can't? There's limited roads, or maybe the ferry isn't running.
We want everyone to be aware of the full evacuation plan. And also the plan is dynamic.
Earlier this spring, the fire department held a practice exercise running through scenarios. What happens if there's a fire, if a road gets blocked? And on Thursday, the department held an open house to share what it learned.
Yeah, I think Gabriola at the grassroots are very well prepared. We've seen from communication outages and windstorm events that neighborhoods work together. And there's a strong NEPS program.
Broadly, emergency response for the region is handled by the Regional District of Nanaimo, who coordinate responders on the ground and communicate what's happening to residents. Vanessa Craig is the area director and says everyone needs to be aware of the plan.
If we had everybody on the island decide to try and drive towards the ferry terminal at the same time, we'd quickly reach gridlock and it wouldn't be an effective response. So the main challenge is just that we are isolated and that any emergency response has to be coordinated through many different partners.
Sprogus says it's important to familiarize yourself with the regional district's emergency plan and wants Gabriel Olens to download Voyant Alert before things may get hairy this summer, saying that's how evacuations will be communicated in the event of an emergency.
The first weekend of summer has been busy for Vancouver Island search and rescue teams, with multiple rescues involving injured hikers, stranded boaters, a cyclist airlifted from a remote trail, and backcountry travelers trapped by collapsing snow. The Alberni Valley Rescue Squad responding to 4 separate calls over a 24-hour period. There was a rescue helping a hiker off the popular 5040 Peak Trail. The hiker had proper gear, but officials say not enough water. There was a head injury to a cyclist on the Alberni Inlet Trail and 2 separate incidents involving boats on the Alberni Inlet. Last week, it was Campbell River and Comox Valley rescue teams busy with helicopter rescue on Kings Peak after snow collapsed, trapping hikers on the mountain. Those folks were carrying a satellite communicator, rescue teams highlighting the importance of carrying emergency communication devices when traveling in the backcountry where there is no or limited cell service. Drivers traveling between Souk and Port Renfrew next week will face an overnight closure on Highway 14 as crews carry out emergency repairs. The Ministry of Transportation and Transit says Highway 14 will be closed in both directions between Lost Creek and Rosemont Creek from 4 o'clock in the afternoon Thursday until 8 in the morning Friday. The work site is located approximately 20 kilometers east of Port Renfrew and about 50 kilometers west of Souk. Officials say the closure is required to allow crews to complete an emergency culvert replacement in the area. Additional work is scheduled tomorrow through Wednesday ahead of the overnight closure, so during those days, drivers can expect traffic stoppages and delays of up to 20 minutes. Muslim groups and the federal government are speaking out tonight after an alleged attack on an imam of a Vancouver Island mosque. The attack happening downtown Victoria Thursday night. A statement from the BC Muslim Association says Ibrahim Ali, the head imam in Victoria, was the victim of the attack in the city's downtown core. The statement says he was attacked while sitting in his car after prayers. He was seated in the vehicle with his wife when an individual opened the vehicle door and attempted to remove him. The assailant reportedly spat at him and told him to go back home to his country. The suspect has been arrested. No further comments from the mosque or Vic PD at this point on what happened. The imam suffered minor head injuries and is new to Vancouver Island. For more information on what the federal government is saying about the attack, you can head to our website for the full article. Events held across our country today to mark the 30th National Indigenous Peoples Day, a day meant to honor the culture, histories, and contributions of First Nations, Inuit, and Métis people. For our Prime Minister, he took in the day here on the island at the Nanaimo Museum. With more, here's Chattis Leo. We're having a technical issue there, getting Chattis from out of Nanaimo. We'll return to Chattis in just a moment, but we will throw to a break and come back right after this. Stay with us.
Dad, where do bunnies live? How tall can trees grow? Where does the sun go at night?
The 2026 Subaru Forester. Trust the real search engine.
Where do babies come from?
Things feel hard right now. A tough economy.
No, I understand. That's okay.
Uncertainty. Rising prices. We all know there has to be a better way. That's why we're introducing you to the new Van City.
You get the next one.
We believe a brighter future is possible, and we're committed to building it. For you and for everyone. So join us.
The quest for the Holy Grail begins with Monty Python's Spamalot, presented by Broadway in Victoria, August 28th to 30th at the Royal Theatre. You can win 4 seats to opening night. Go to checknews.ca for your chance to see the funniest musical on Broadway.
It's easy to shine when everything's going your way. But who are you when life goes off script? See, I faced bladder cancer and even leaks that tried to take me out of the game. That's why I use the Pin Guards. It has my back. It changes everything but you.
Like I'm powerful with a that's just the way you make me feel.
Closed captioning of this CHEK program is brought to you by RLC Landscaping, Victoria's irrigation and landscaping specialists.
Live shot out of Nanaimo, where Chattis Leo spent the day, as events were held across the country to mark the 30th National Indigenous Peoples Day. And we'll join by Chattis Leo now on how the day played out here on the island. Chattis.
Today across Vancouver Island, people are celebrating National Indigenous Peoples Day, honoring the rich cultures, stories, and contribution of Indigenous communities. And one of the best ways to connect to those communities is through food.
Chili and bacon? Yeah. Oh, I guess. How do you not eat this while you're cooking, or do you?
Oh, he does.
Yeah. Yeah,
Chili and bannock is being whipped up in Nanaimo inside the Bannock Room food truck for today's National Indigenous Peoples Day.
I think that people in general like the bannock room, but they come for the food on these types of days because they're showing respect, or they're all either Indigenous and they just want to enjoy the food. So it's nice to bring out the food truck at these types of events.
Various National Indigenous Peoples Day events took place across the island over the weekend, including the Rural Roads annual celebration with drumming, dancers, performances, and vendors. Taking in some Indigenous culture, Prime Minister Mark Carney was in the Harbour City touring the Nanaimo Museum with local members of Parliament and members from the Nanaimo First Nation.
Yeah. Still with these spindles?
Yeah, my mom has the spindle rails and she has them.
Still with the protection for negotiation?
I've been asked her if she protects that.
If done properly.
If done properly, yeah.
Nanaimo Elder Bill White and Councillor Erilyn Joseph showed the Prime Minister some of the ancient history of their people, their culture and territory. Back down at Maffeo Sutton Park, the organizers of the annual event say today is about honoring and sharing every aspect they can of Indigenous culture and resilience.
I think it's an important date to remind people of our heritage, of where we come from, that we're from this land. Some of us have European descent with us, so we have a Métis culture as well that comes down here.
Held on June 21st every year on the summer solstice, it's usually a hot day, and modifications to Indigenous wear is a must with items such as Métis shawls.
Nice that it's summertime and you wear it down here instead of having to wear it around your neck.
Yes.
Organizers hope this day can be about sharing knowledge, building understanding, and ensuring Indigenous stories continue to be heard for generations to come.
Excitement is building off Tofino, where after years of hard work, the Ahousaht people are about to open their new luxury floating tourist resort. It is the largest in a series of tourism ventures for the tribe, and as Sky Ryan reports, it's building pride and jobs with it.
A short boat ride from Tofino is quiet Quoit Bay. Is treasured by Ahousaht, whose people used it to escape from storms and heal in the creek that runs through it. Now it's being tapped to restore them in a whole new way, as it becomes home to this tribe's new ambitious and eco-friendly luxury floating resort that they have been building for 3 years.
Makes me happy, yeah, and I'm proud, yeah, to work here.
We're like a week away, so we're excited to get the place open.
Ahousaht Wilderness Resort is set to open on July 2nd and will offer visitors the chance to immerse themselves in Ahousaht culture, from dining to a longhouse for ceremonies and tours of wilderness-rich areas, including the nearby Hot Springs Cove in McQuina Marine Park that is also managed by Ahousaht's Ahousaht Business Ventures.
The whole goal is to really bring it back to Ahousaht and the future generations, so we're working towards having all Ahousaht staff here.
Sunday, the community unveiled 2 new totem poles that will greet visitors to McQuina Marine Park and reflect the long Indigenous history of this area.
It's exciting times for us, Ahousaht, for the whole tribe, to be self-sufficient like we were prior to European contact.
McQuina is a hereditary chief of Ahousaht and says investing in economic development more than a decade ago is now paying off with jobs for Ahousaht people. In the 3-year-old Ahousaht adventures whale watching, a fleet of tour boats, and now this resort.
I'm feeling really good about it because once we have our people trained, then they'll be situated in tourism and in a really good way.
It extends on who we are. It expresses who we are as Native people. Welcoming.
Ahousaht will cater to luxury travelers, though. 3-night stay will cost roughly $8,000, but according to Ahousaht, it will offer a priceless experience that you can't find anywhere else.
Stunning part of the world, stunning visuals.
I want to go stay there.
It looks amazing. A beautiful day to be out and about for sure.
Yes, yeah. Temperature-wise, pretty nice today, warmer than yesterday. Lots of sunshine for most areas as well. But tomorrow is going to be the hot day of this little stretch, and Tuesday also looking pretty hot as well. Let's take a look at our temperature map, and you can see how things are heating up for tomorrow. So that's Monday night into Monday morning. There is Monday afternoon into the evening. So you can see lots of red on the map, and we're getting into those sort of 30, even up to 35 degrees possible for some areas. And even areas that may not have a 30-degree temperature tomorrow, with the humidity factored in, it's going to feel like 30 degrees or above for tomorrow. So most of the island will either be at or around 30 or feeling like it's 30 degrees for tomorrow. North Island, not quite as warm as other areas, and then coastal areas of the West Coast as well, not quite as warm either, but hot conditions Monday and Tuesday. And then we have rain actually in our forecast. Very exciting news that rain is in our forecast. Today, of course, is the summer solstice. This kicks off astronomical summer, but meteorological summer actually started June 1st, and that's how we do all of the climate data. So spring is March, April, and May. And here are the numbers from the Community Collaborative Rain, Hail, and Snow Network. So these are citizen scientists, and they collect this weather data. And I like to show it because it gives you different locations than we get with the standard Environment Canada station. So I've rounded up all of these numbers, and I've also put in the May amounts because the May numbers are shockingly low. I know I've been talking a lot about how dry May has been on Vancouver Island, but take a look at that. Cumberland, just 7 millimeters of rain in May. Comox had 10. Parksville, 6 millimeters. Nanaimo, 7 millimeters. Salt Spring Island, only 2 millimeters of rain. So May is normally our 5th driest month. The driest months are June, July, August, and September. So May is the next driest month, and these numbers are drier than what we'd see in the driest stretch of peak summer. So very dry conditions for May. Cowichan Bay, 9 millimeters. Lake Cowichan, only 9 millimeters. Ucluelet, of course, had more on the west coast. Alert Bay also had more. And then you can see the totals on the top line for spring rainfall totals. So Comox had less than 100 millimeters of precipitation in the 3 months of spring. Nanaimo also under 100 millimeters. Salt Spring Island was under 70 millimeters. Cowichan Bay a little bit more. And then Ladysmith, we have the range there, 89 millimeters for North Ladysmith, 116 for South Ladysmith, and both those locations had 8 or 9 millimeters each in May as well. But Ucluelet, 790 millimeters. So you can really see that difference between the drier parts of the island and the wetter west coast of the island that is the only true rainforest on Vancouver Island. Here's a look at Greater Victoria numbers as well. So low May numbers, particularly for Broadmead and Saanich, Northridge and Saanich, 10, 11 millimeters, 11 millimeters for Gordon Head. Colwood had a little bit more. Downtown Victoria, only 7 millimeters of of rain. Crazy low numbers, and then those are the spring totals. So only about 154 millimeters for Broadmead and Gordon Head, 142 for downtown Victoria. Well, today's weather photo in honor of National Indigenous Peoples Day is this beautiful shot from Glenn Halverson of an Inukchuk along the Vancouver Island coast. Today, of course, the 30th anniversary of National Indigenous Peoples Day. And it takes place on the summer solstice. And here's a look at this morning's sunrise on the first day of astronomical summer in Nanaimo. Alexander McCracken watched the sun come up from Cameron Island over the BC Ferries dock and Protection Island. And I couldn't resist a Father's Day themed shot. CHEK viewer Christina Stobbs captured this tender moment between a buck and its fawn. The black-tailed deer were in this sunlit field at Surfside RV Resort beside the Englishman River Estuary in Parksville. And we also have Father's Day themed viewer pet pics coming up at the end of the newscast tonight, Scott. And the Itty Bitty Kitty Committee is on Pet Check with kittens and a tripod cat who has a very sad story, but he's such a sweet boy. And more on this hot forecast and what you can expect tomorrow and Tuesday in particular, as well as that good chance of rain ahead in the extended forecast.
All right, thanks so much, Tess. Much more still ahead. We'll be back right after this.
Hi, Ron Neal here with the Neal Estate team at RE/MAX. We have some of the best people that you'll ever meet. Not just outstanding realtors, but great people. We'll find you that perfect home, get you top dollar on your sale, and make working with us a great experience that you'll want to tell your friends about. That's how we know we're successful. We don't think we're better because we sell more homes. We sell more homes because what we do in our process and our people is better.
RonNeal.com. The first ever all-electric trail seeker is the most powerful Subaru EV ever. But we love the roomy inside too, don't we, Mr. Trails? Introducing the first ever all-electric 2026 Subaru Trail Seeker. Seek every trail.
Get a local and personal experience when you invest with Cooper Pacific.
Our funds provide you with income and growth options that help secure your retirement.
Trust a family business with a legacy of experience and stability.
Visit cooperpacific.ca.
Optimize your windows with Sunshade Film Systems, a local family-owned window film business serving Victoria and Vancouver Island for over 20 years. From consultation to installation, commercial or residential, Sunshade Film Systems has a window film solution for you. Reduce heat, glare, and harmful radiation with Sun Control solar films. Increase privacy while adding a custom touch with graphic films. Or add security and protection with anti-intrusion security films. Sunshade Film Systems, solutions for comfortable living.
Today's Dodgecast is going to be hot, really hot, with a 100% chance of sizzling summer savings.
Dodge delivers.
Your local Vancouver Island furniture store with the very best in quality, selection, and customer experience. It's worth the drive to Dodds.
We believe everyone should be able to access comfortable, quality dental care. That's why Quantum Dental offers transparent services and flexible financial assistance for patients across the Comox Valley. Visit a Quantum clinic and see how we're doing dental different.
This week on Political Capital, BC gets a federal housing deal, and do we need a Site E dam? Our panel breaks it all down Sundays on CHEK and wherever you get your podcasts. Brought to you by Uber Canada.
This CHEK program is brought to you in part by Real Rug Washing by Loverrug.com. Fall in love with your rugs all over again.
Quickly turning our attention to overseas, the UK Prime Minister is under increasing pressure to resign tonight. The British press suggesting he could step down as early as tomorrow. CBC's Anna Cunningham has more from London.
On Friday, the British Prime Minister Keir Starmer was defiant.
If there is a contest, just to be clear with you, then yes, I will run, I will stand, and I've said repeatedly, I'm not going to walk away from that.
But by Sunday, there appears to have been a change in tone from his own ministers.
He has been working very hard as Prime Minister, as he always does, but also trying to make time to reflect on the political challenges.
No more talk of fighting for his position. More than 100 governing Labour MPs are now reportedly calling on Starmer to step down. The British tabloids indicating his era is over. The Observer says Starmer is expected to resign Monday and set out an orderly exit. CBC News has not independently verified those claims. His leadership has been under scrutiny since poor local election results. There's been multiple policy U-turns, doubts about his judgment when he appointed a friend of Jeffrey Epstein, Peter Mandelson, to be the UK's ambassador to the US. And just like other European nations, the UK is witnessing a rise in support for right-wing populist parties like Reform. On the world stage, Starmer has led the coalition of the Willing Group backing Ukraine. He's sought closer ties too with Canada, becoming the first British Prime Minister to visit since 2018. But his relationship with US President Donald Trump has been less amicable, despite a second state visit to the UK. Trump weighing in Sunday, posting this: Keir Starmer, he says, will resign as Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. He failed badly, Trump says, on two very important subjects: immigration and energy, open North Sea oil. I wish him well, says President Donald Trump. It is highly unlikely that President Trump will have any heads up as to what Starmer's decision is. If he does decide to resign, then Andy Burnham, an ex-minister and former mayor of Manchester in Northern England, is ready, he says, to step up. He recently won a seat back in Parliament. Tuesday marks 10 years since the UK voted for Brexit. 10 years and 6 prime ministers, including Starmer. Only the current British Prime Minister can now decide if it's time for a 7th PM in a decade.
Back here at home, our waters are home to several sea turtles, including the leatherback. It's federally protected as a species at risk, and just last year there was a rare sighting off Haida Gwaii, the giant reptile, and now scientists say there is a game-changing tool in helping protect these creatures around the world, especially in the lucrative sea turtle trade, and it may help them from extinction.
Sea turtles, alive since the time of the dinosaurs, have rightfully earned their reputation as living fossils. Majestic and beloved, they have unfortunately also been the target of significant threats. Among the most significant hazards to populations: habitat loss from pollution and climate change, boat strikes, fishing, and illegal trade. And even with ongoing conservation efforts, 5 of 7 species are threatened with extinction. Over the last 3 decades, more than 1 million marine turtles were illegally exploited worldwide.
It is still alive, it is still intact.
That's where Dr. Chris Madden, a marine scientist with the World Wildlife Fund, comes in.
Whether they're whole turtles, whether they're eggs or their meat or even products themselves. And so we need to be on cautionary absolute standby to know that this is a threat that we need to reduce as much as we can.
About a decade ago, Dr. Madden and her colleague, Dr. Michael Jensen, were in Australia researching turtles when her interaction with a hawksbill turtle, among the most impacted by the illegal turtle trade, inspired a potential species-saving idea.
We knew we could take DNA from wild turtles and tissue samples, but we just didn't know if we could do it with tortoiseshell.
That became the genesis for what would become ShellBank, the world's first and most comprehensive marine turtle DNA database. Researchers can now extract DNA from any turtle source to pinpoint nesting beaches thousands of miles away and learn which populations are most at risk.
We're able to use DNA to be able to understand what turtle populations we have, how they're connected, and how they're being impacted. And so that's a real game changer.
So far, the databank stands at about 20,000 records, with some more being added every month. 38 countries are also looking to get involved, with some governments already using the data to crack down on the illegal trade. WWF also operates a strong buyer beware campaign to educate people what to look for and what to avoid. Wildlife forensic scientist and conservation geneticist Dr. Greta Frankham is among the researchers building up ShellBank.
We can do much more with some of it than what we were doing just with our individual research projects.
Helping expose poaching hotspots and trafficking routes is just part of the goal of ShellBank. Researchers say what they can learn about sea turtles may prove invaluable in ongoing efforts to preserve the species for generations to come.
It just really exemplifies or highlights how connected our oceans are and how countries are connected without really even realizing it. We do really need to work cross boundaries and cross borders with other countries to get really useful and powerful outcomes for these turtles.
Dr. Madden looking towards the future and paving a way for sea turtles to fight back.
Shellbank's really trying to provide that limelight for turtles and be a voice for them so that, you know, we can have healthy oceans for the rest of our lives too.
This break is powered by Kia Victoria, proud sponsor of the CHEK Community Cruiser. Local, family-run and owned Kia Victoria.
At Cascadia Liquor, we're proud to call Vancouver Island home. From locally crafted beer, wine, and spirits to supporting the people and causes that make our communities strong. We're more than a liquor store. We're your neighbors. Cascadia Liquor, proud Islanders.
I'm Ian Burt, the new CEO of the Victoria Foundation. Here's your Victoria Foundation Community Check-In.
Sunfest is a country music lover's paradise featuring chart-topping country stars, incredible food, camping, activities, and so much more. Visit sunfestconcerts.com for tickets. This family-friendly free admission event features live music, traditional food vendors, cultural demonstrations, a beer and wine garden, and classic Italian vehicles. Enjoy an evening of music, food, and drink at the beautiful Weston Bear Mountain in support of the redevelopment of Easter Seals Camp Shawnigan. This self-guided driving tour features 7 stunning gardens spanning from Cedar to Nanoose, with proceeds benefiting local literacy and community initiatives. Victoria's Inner Harbour will set the stage for Canada Day celebrations, featuring a lineup of local musicians, activities for all ages, and a fireworks finale.
The Victoria Foundation, a proud supporter of the Community Check-In.
The answer you've been searching for is the all-new 2026 Jeep Cherokee Hybrid.
Things feel hard right now. That's why we're introducing the new Van City.
You get the next one.
To build a brighter future. For you and for everyone. So join us.
Duradeck. Rain or shine, we've got you covered.
Let's bring in Tess again to talk more about what we can expect in the days ahead. What's been an incredible stretch of weather and sounds like more to come.
It's been a very long, dry stretch, Scott, a very sunny stretch, and those temperatures are going to ramp up again. So we saw that last week with hot temperatures, and we're going to see hot temperatures again to kick off the week. Then things cool down. So if you don't like the hot weather, good news, we do have cooler temperatures in store and some much needed rain in the extended forecast as well for Vancouver Island. And also tomorrow, you can get to places in Greater Victoria in particular where it's cooler by the water. So if you don't like high 20-degree temperatures, you don't like feeling like 30 degrees or above, there are cooler areas by the water where it's going to be closer to 20 or 21 for tomorrow. So that high pressure is still keeping things sunny. Some areas might see a little bit of cloud cover overnight and into tomorrow morning. But other than that, lots of sunshine Monday and Tuesday. Here's a look at the North Island picture for tonight. So increasing cloud cover overnight for North Island locations. And then tomorrow, likely starting the day off cloudy or mainly cloudy, shifting to a mix of sun and cloud in the morning. Fog patches also developing overnight tonight. They should dissipate for you tomorrow morning. Cool overnight, 8 and 9 is that overnight low, so getting below double digits and then warming up to 20 to 21 degrees for tomorrow. So not getting the heat the rest of the island will see for tomorrow. For the west coast of the island, coastal areas of the west coast that are normally much more temperate, closer to about 17 degrees as a daytime high this time of year. 25 for Tofino. That 25 is going to feel like 28. And then inland areas 33 degrees as that temperature for tomorrow with mainly sunny conditions. So beautiful conditions, very hot conditions though. And then there is a thunderstorm risk for inland areas areas, Gold River, Port Alberni, Lake Cowichan, thunderstorms this evening. So potential for that, although the risk is pretty low at this point. So that's the good news because we don't need any lightning started fires. Coastal areas, though, just looking at partly cloudy conditions for tonight. Those fog patches for coastal areas should stick around until about lunchtime tomorrow, though. So once that passes, then you should see more sunshine in the afternoon. For the East Island and Powell River, beautiful conditions tonight. Just a few clouds tonight, overnight lows in that 13 to 14 degree range for tomorrow, and then hot temperatures tomorrow. So Campbell River, Courtenay Comox, and Parksville Qualicum, daytime highs around 27 degrees by the water tomorrow. Inland areas highs around 30 degrees for tomorrow, and then it's going to feel like 30 degrees for that 27, and that 33 inland is going to feel, the 30 inland is going to feel like 33 degrees. For Powell River, high 20s, lots of sunshine for tomorrow, and then in Nanaimo south to the Cowichan Valley, we are looking at temperatures around that 30 degree mark with lots of sunshine in store for tomorrow. So a scorcher of a day for Monday. Tuesday also hot, but probably not quite as hot. For the South Island, some fog patches developing this evening. For Port Renfrew, partly cloudy conditions otherwise, then mainly sunny skies for tomorrow, highs around 23. Greater Victoria, we're looking at just a few clouds for tonight. Beautiful conditions tonight, light winds except by Juan de Fuca Strait. So southwest winds around 20 kilometers an hour, but up to 50 kilometers an hour by Juan de Fuca Strait. For tonight only, we're expecting those winds to die down overnight, so we're not forecasting a windy day for tomorrow, which is good news because we've had windy conditions, and that windy weather also just dries things out even more. So Greater Victoria, highs around 28 for most areas, although colder spots by the water, your daytime high will be closer to 20 degrees for tomorrow, and then inland areas that tend to be warmer expect to be probably a couple degrees above that, so right around that 30 degree mark for tomorrow. But the 28 is going to feel like 31, so very warm conditions. Salt Spring Island, mid-20s, so a little more temperate there, but lots of sunshine in store for you as well. Zooming out across the province, beautiful conditions for Vancouver, sunshine, mid-20s, although inland areas closer to 32 degrees for tomorrow. Whistler around 30 degrees, Fraser Valley above 30 degrees, and then that air quality warning still in place for Lytton as a result of the fire there. Lots of sunny hot weather right through southern and central BC, and as we zoom out onto the national map, we have cooler conditions for northern BC and Prince Rupert and Haida Gwaii in particular. Fort St. John, though, warmer with the risk of thunderstorms, and then thunderstorm risk for many areas across the country. Unfortunately, bringing lots of rain, which is good, but also risk of sparking fires. Edmonton, rainfall warning still in effect, another 75 millimeters expected. That's on top of the 150 that was already forecast over the weekend. And then looking right across the country, you can see showers for most areas. So we are the sunny hot spot in the country tomorrow. For the North Island, becoming a mix of sun and cloud in the morning, and then lots of sunshine for you Tuesday. Pretty seasonal highs around 18 to 20 degrees, and then a mix of sun and cloud for Wednesday, but cooling off below seasonal Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Very good chance of showers Thursday and Friday, so that's good news, but cloudy and dry for Saturday. And for the Central Island, these are the temperatures for East Island locations by the water. So inland areas getting up to 33 degrees for the inland island tomorrow, and then on Tuesday, the inland island at 33 again, and then inland areas of the East Island will be 31 degrees. Otherwise, high 20 degree temperatures for Tuesday, mid 20 degree temperatures for Wednesday, and then back to seasonal Thursday around 20, cloudy conditions, and then a pretty good chance of showers Friday. Let's hope we see that, but cooler, so that will be a bit of a shock to the system after the 30 tomorrow, cloudy conditions and high teen temperatures on Saturday. And South Island, the next 3 days looking like we'll see some sunshine tomorrow, the hottest, and still hot on Tuesday. So 26 as the daytime high, 19 by the water, mix of sun and cloud, 18 by the water on Wednesday, 24 degrees for most areas, hotter for those warmer hot spots like Saanich and parts of the West Shore. And then seasonal highs around 20 degrees for Thursday, cloudy conditions, pretty good chance of showers Friday. Let's keep our fingers crossed for that. Only a 30% chance for Saturday because it has been so dry. All right, here's a look at today's country grocer celebrations this Father's Day. Happy 90th birthday to Marlene Todd of Victoria. Fernando Costa of Comox is celebrating a 92nd birthday. All the best to Jack Mark of Duncan on his 95th birthday. 96th birthday greetings go out to June Bean of Courtenay. A very happy 100th birthday to Nora Hughes of Victoria as she celebrates a century. And we have another 100th birthday today. Best wishes to Thomasine Milan Bowlby of Nanaimo, who's also celebrating a century. Congratulations to Dave and Anita Stewart of Ladysmith on their 68th anniversary and 71st anniversary greetings go out to Pete and Pat McGregor of Nanaimo as they mark this amazing milestone. I hope you all had a wonderful day, and now it is time for your solstice-themed Smile of the Day.
Smile of the Day, brought to you by Dr. Ross Crapo and Associates.
If we haven't met you yet, we're just a phone call away. If we can help, we'd like to.
So close to leaving the nest. Come on, little buddy. You can do it.
You can do it. Jane St. Clair of Suit caught this little family moment this morning. Mama fed the baby bird, and you can see the little guy wants to try to fly out, but isn't quite sure about it. But wait for it. Wait for it. There it goes. The little birdie took its first flight on the summer solstice this morning. Jane says it was such a blessing to see, and she wanted to share it with our viewers. Jane also says baby number 2 wasn't quite ready to leave the nest, and I think that is something a lot of us parents can relate to.
Very cute. Thanks for sharing, Tess. Well, still ahead, how an island organization is feeding the need. Much more on that and how they're battling the rising cost of food and vital people.
This Father's Day, Point Hope Maritime is hosting a free open house and Ralmax Group job fair. Head to the Empress Dock or Selkirk Dock to catch a free harbor ferry to and from the event and experience the perfect Father's Day outing. Shipyard tours, local artists, live entertainment, fun for the whole family. 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Come see us.
Black Friday continues this weekend at the Brick. Save $500 on this two-piece sleeper sectional. It's only $9.99. This queen bed available in 2 colors at its lowest price of the year, just $279. Buy more, save more. Get up to $400 off select MyDia major appliances and get this exclusive LG 85-inch Nano 4K TV for only $11.99. Plus receive a 2-year warranty. But hurry, it all ends Sunday. The Brick, saving you more.
At Prince of Wales, we're always committed to conservation and connecting our guests to the Salish Sea. We support research projects, education initiatives, and sustainable marine tourism, leaving you with memories for a lifetime.
With Precision Marble Bath and Shower, we've been Victoria's custom bathroom specialists for years. And Precision Marble Bath and Shower is better than ever. Our tub-to-shower conversions are a legendary value. For the cost of a beautiful soaker tub, you could have a walk-in shower. Custom manufactured right here in Victoria, that's how we can offer a lifetime warranty. Enjoy accessible bathing with a Precision Marble shower. Precision Marble Bath and Shower. See the quality for yourself and visit our showroom today.
Jenner's EV Takeover is on now. Start your EV journey from $16 a day with a Chevrolet Bolt EV. With over 100 EVs to choose from, we're your local EV destination. Jenner Chevrolet Buick GMC on the Old Island Highway.
Welcome to paradise, where danger lurks beneath the surface. From the creator of Murder on the Orient Express comes a tale of love, betrayal, and murder. Death on the Nile, tonight at 8 on CHEK. For what begins as a rebellious escape quickly becomes a journey of friendship and finding out who you really are. This too shall pass, Friday at 8.
There's no question more and more people are feeling the pinch due to rising costs. But every week, dozens of volunteers come together in Victoria to help feed the need with food hampers. Here's Tess with this week's Vital People.
Every Tuesday, you'll find dedicated community food support volunteers sorting through donations and packing hampers for those in need.
It's all totally volunteer run. And it's a great initiative. You get a lot of appreciation from the people when you're out delivering the bags.
The nonprofit helps around 80 families a month with weekly hampers of fresh produce, baked goods, and other items from farms and grocery stores that would otherwise go to waste.
We have volunteers who drive around to all the food stores that have pulled everything off that's going to be out of date soon. And then the sorters go to work for 2 hours and sort everything, make sure it's good quality. We only hand out food that we would eat ourselves.
With the goal of making food accessible to those who need it, community food support runs every week of the year through the summer and on stat holidays, helping to nourish seniors, families, and new immigrants in Greater Victoria for the last 6 years.
I think it makes a big difference to the people who receive the food. It makes a big difference in that all that food is not going into the landfill. It's pretty impressive that we've saved this many pounds of food every week.
Up until now, they've operated primarily out of the Quadra Village gym, but with the future of the building uncertain, a new home was needed, and the Garth Homer Society stepped up to help.
We've had an ongoing relationship with community food support, and when we learned that they needed a space to come in and continue their offerings, it was really a great opportunity for us to welcome them into this space here.
With the space secured, this important community initiative can now continue helping those who need it as the demand for help continues to grow.
Food is critical, and I think in the past few years we've seen like how much of a growing concern it is for people, and I think the work that community food support does, not just in all of their volunteer work at hours, but also raising the profile of the need for food security.
For volunteers like Maureen that make all of this possible, it's also about giving back and making our community better.
I'm paying it forward because people have helped me in the past when I needed it, and I feel very privileged and grateful for the privilege that I have here. Yeah, there's a lot of people that are struggling out there, especially right now.
But they're helping to feed the need, one bag at a time.
Vital People is brought to you in part by the Victoria Foundation, connecting people who care with causes that matter.
Pet CHEK is coming up next. We have adorable kittens from the Itty Bitty Kitty Committee, as well as Barney. He's a tripod. He has quite a sad story, but he's just the sweetest guy. We'll tell you all about them after the break on Pet CHEK.
Tonight on CHEK, it's Political Capital with Rob Shaw at 6 and the best of the upside at 6:30. At 7, we have Wheel of Fortune, followed by Jeopardy. Then at 8, it's the classic murder mystery, Death on the Nile.
We don't play hockey, we sell cars.
Welcome to the all-new Victoria Hyundai, Canada's newest and biggest Hyundai dealership. Over 1,000 new and used vehicles on site. The island's best selection of EVs, 20 service bays, an express lane for oil changes. We've got you covered. Plus, the all-new Victoria Genesis store, where luxury and experience come together.
The Cott family invites you down to Canada's largest Hyundai facility, now in Langford. Victoria Hyundai, we sell cars.
When you want it clean, really clean, glistening, gleaming, and new feeling clean, you want to bring in the experts. Enter D&D Clean Exteriors, the masters of the outdoor clean. From roof demossing to gutter vacuuming, house washing to concrete cleaning, we get that deep down, real good, feel good, welcome home kind of clean. Because at D&D, we treat your home like it's our own. D&D Clean Exteriors, fully licensed, insured, and 100% green. Get your free estimate today.
For 33 years, Vancouver Island has teed up for families in need. As golfers walk the fairways, families walk into Ronald McDonald House seeking comfort, care, and a chance to stay together. Join us August 13th at Olympic View for the Vancouver Island Golf Tournament.
This Prime Day, June 23rd through the 26th.
Organica All-Day Protein Hydrator supports muscle recovery and replenishes electrolytes for hydration. It helps balance blood sugar and supports gut health with pre- and probiotics for everyday strength and wellness. Available at Lifestyle Markets, dedicated to wellness in our community.
Experience BC's best whale watching with Prince of Wales. Explore the wonders of the natural world with family and friends in Victoria, Vancouver, and Telegraph Cove. Book now at princeofwales.com.
This CHEK program is brought to you in part by West Shore Towing. Here, there, and everywhere. Pet CHEK is brought to you by Bosley's, a proud supporter of the Victoria Humane Society. Go to petvalue.ca/companions for change.
It's Pet Check time, and we have kittens on Pet Check today. Happy Father's Day to all the dads and grandpas out there. If you're looking to become a kitten dad or a kitten mom, we have adorable 10-week-old kittens up for adoption from the Itty Bitty Kitty Committee. Look at the eyes on this one, the beautiful blue eyes. They're coming to see the camera. You can tell they've been well socialized and had lots of love because they're very cuddly, very interested in everything. So these guys are the whale litter. They're being fostered by a marine biologist, so they all have very cool whale names. And we have Sharon Rubin here from Itty Bitty Kitty with another special guest. This sweet boy is Barney, and Barney has quite a sad story, but he's just the gentlest, sweetest little man.
He is adorable and sweet and kind. He was living outside, we think probably at least for 6 months, maybe a year, but he's just the nicest boy, which means he did have a home at one point. And when we found him, he was covered in mats, which is why we had to shave his body because he had so many mats. And he also had a broken leg that was broken in about 3 different places.
Oh, poor baby.
And so we had to amputate that leg. But now that that leg has been amputated and he's a tripod, he is just pain-free and absolutely looking for love because he is such a sweet boy.
Yeah, and after everything he's been through, and imagine how hard that would have been to be fending for himself outside with the leg broken in 3 places.
Yeah, it would have been very painful.
Yeah.
It would have been a constant pain for that whole time that the leg was broken because it healed, but it healed wrong. So yeah.
Poor little man. He's looking at the kittens like, what? These aren't mine, are they?
Yeah, he's like, take me back to the nice foster family with treats, hey?
Yeah. So he'll need obviously to be an inside cat.
Yes. He will need to be an inside cat, but other than that, there's really nothing else to do to look after him. He's pretty easygoing. He just likes some love and attention and lap time. That's about it.
So kitten season is in full swing. We've had lots of kittens on lately, and that is why we are seeing so many kittens this year. But you're also seeing a lot in terms of owner surrenders, unfortunately.
We are. I'm probably getting at least 1, sometimes 2 a day from people looking for solutions. It used to be that people, their life situation changed and they were owner surrendering, but now we're seeing not only that, but also just financially. They can't afford to keep the pet or they need to move into new housing. So there's a lot of people who need to find a new home for their animal, and there aren't a lot of choices in town where they can take them.
Well, and pet-friendly housing is such an issue with, really, it's sad that so many people have to lose their animals because they can't find housing where they can bring their pet, especially with cats, indoor cats. I mean, they're not causing problems for anybody. They're not making noise. You guys are going to just be the best cats. But in terms of the affordability, the vet clinic that Itty Bitty started, Harbor Veterinary, certainly is helping with that because you have lower cost spays and neuters as well as dentals now.
Yeah, we've got dentals. We're full service, so we've got all of the diagnostics. As well, if there's even that as a cost and a financial barrier, there are programs through IBKC where we will even contribute more to help with veterinary care if required. So definitely vet care costs and just housing costs. It's a tough time right now for people and their pets.
Yeah, well, everything's more expensive. Inflation is crunching a lot of people, but it's good to know there is that resource there with Harbor Veterinary. And then, of course, it helps the rescue as well. It helps you be able to rescue more animals, help more animals. So even if you don't have a financial barrier, going to Harbor Veterinary certainly
It certainly does,
help.
yeah. Everything that is done through Harbor Vet does help. I mean, I don't know that as a rescue prior to having Harbor Vet, we could have afforded to just jump on doing an amputation. You know, actually we did his amputation within 12 hours of intake because we realized how much pain he was in. I don't think without the clinic we would have been able to do that. We have a few other very unique medical cases that have come in that having the clinic have really helped. We had a kitten just come in without a breastplate, so we're doing a special surgery for them. So having the clinic has been very helpful.
And it's making a difference in the community for sure.
Absolutely.
You've been in rescue a long time now.
I have.
It's hard work. It's not all cuddling kittens in a basket like on Pet Check. There's a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of heartbreaking stories, a lot of animals you can't save, a lot of losses, and also abuse. Rescues face a lot of abuse from people who either are mad they didn't get an animal or
I think that there's some of that. I just think that it's people who have, expectations around what, rescue can do for them. And it doesn't always align with what resources we have. So we do the best we can, but it doesn't always work for everybody. But I think overall the community has definitely benefited from all the rescues in town and the work that they do.
Oh, 100%. And almost everyone, all the rescues, is a volunteer. There isn't government funding for these rescues. The BCSPCA is the only group that gets government funding.
That's right.
So you're all relying on community donations, people pitching in to help, bottle drives, fundraisers, and then people fostering and looking after animals like this. So if you're interested in fostering or helping out, there's lots of opportunity with Itty Bitty Kitty Committee. We'll put a link on our website. Just go to checknews.ca. You can click on the Pet Check page there. We'll have adoption information for these guys and Barney as well if you're interested in sweet Barney. He's such a sweet little boy. As well as volunteering or getting involved in another way, as well as the vet clinic. We'll have a link to that too in case you'd like to check out the vet clinic. Thanks for watching. Those kittens, I just wanted to snuggle them all day.
So
and
cute.
Barney, you can tell, like, they know when you save them. He was in so much pain, such a sad story. And as soon as he had kindness towards him, he's just lapping up the love and just wants to be a little love bug. So
Great story.
yes,
We'll find a
yes.
home, no question.
Yes, we have some Father's Day themed
Yes,
viewer
let's
pet
see what
photos
this is all
today.
about.
Diane Moran sent in these shots of Pyrenees Cypress having a dog day with Daddy in his Model T pickup at Qualicum Beach. Dad Ronald was at the Vancouver Island Show and Shine car show this
wow.
Father's Day, but Cypress stayed home to stay cool. Doug McAvey says this is where you can find Golden Roxy and Bernadoodle Lexi every weekday morning getting comfy on the couch while they wait for Dad to watch their favorite show, Hudson and Rex.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Well, Ian Menzies shared this shot of his pup, Kiki, enjoying the sunshine on the beach. What a cutie. So sweet. This is Coda helping his dad with the fire in Eagle Creek back in the winter. You definitely don't need a fire now. Thanks to Bridget Fitzpatrick for sending this in. Mary Griffith of Comox snapped this pic of Jack Russell Mira helping, that's in air quotes, her dad Jim as he was raking bark mulch. So there might have been some digging involved on her part. Mira turned 5 a few weeks ago, and we'll wrap things up with this little cutie. This is 16-year-old Sammy, aka Happy Tail. Pat Pierce says Sammy won the tail wag contest at the Vic West Fest dog show recently and is all decked out for Pride Month
I
as
could
well.
see them winning like best ears.
Yes.
They had little frizzy ears.
That dog is actually deaf, so she actually thinks that's why it has such a happy tail.
What's the
We have 20 seconds left.
What's the connection? But it's a very happy dog.
Very happy dog.
And a very happy tail.
A very happy tail.
And that's all the tales
Wagging
we
her
have
tail
for
all the time.
today. So thanks so much for watching. Stacy will be back here tomorrow at 5.
Good night. Happy Father's Day.